Hello, and we are live. I hope you can hear me because I'm always a bit worried that the sound isn't on, but I think last time I nailed it, so it should be okay this time as well, at least I hope. But do let me know in the chat if everything is okay. I tried to set up everything quickly, so I hope it's all working. But yeah, let me know. How are you? Where are you joining from? I'm always curious to hear that. Yeah, so just write some comments in the chat. But yeah, I'm also not sure if there are some people who are joining already from the previous streams that I had before, or if you're new here. So also let me know about that, so I know how much I can talk about previous streams that I had. But basically I have kind of like started this series where I'm trying to get rid of yarn that I bought basically on discount, and I have started to create quite a lot of different projects with it. And first stream from this series, let's say, that I did was where I worked together with you to create this raglan sweater, because maybe some of you know I'm super addicted to creating raglan sweaters right now, and this was one of them. And in the meantime, I'm actually having another raglan project right now. I'm kind of like sharing a lot on the progress of it on my Instagram, but it's only left for me to do both sleeves, and one is already started. But back to this white yarn. During previous stream I did or started to work or continued working on a crochet beanie, and here it's actually finished already. So while I was doing a stream and working on it, I also filmed like a little tutorial, so you can actually now find it on my channel and you can do it yourself. And like the cool thing about this beanie is actually that it's crochet, but it looks very much like it's knitted. So if it's something that you want to try out, then this is a project for you. And it turned out to be super cute. So this was one of the things that I actually wanted to show you during this stream, to just show you how it came to life and how it looks now. And I think it's super nice. So I hope that it was useful for you to learn a new stitch, and I also hope that the tutorial that I just published, that it will be useful as well. So with this we are already 2 projects down, and for today therefore I thought that it would be nice to do another project and kind of like stick with this wintry theme. Therefore today we will be working on doing a scarf, and I think it will also be kind of like a fun and project where you don't have to think much while you are doing it, just adding rows and adding length, and then just checking in once in a while just to see how far we are. And actually now in total I have this bit of yarn which was left from one of the skeins that I started to work on for doing the beanie, and then in total I'm left with 2 full skeins of this same yarn. So I'm hoping that this will be enough for doing a full scarf. I kind of want to, like, I already started to make it kind of, this is quite wide, I would say, for a scarf, but I wanted to have something that is a little bit wider, and I would also want it to be a little bit longer as well. So I hope that this will be enough, and that we can save this last skein for making mittens, because then I will have like a full-on set with everything that is needed for winter. We have a raglan sweater, we have a beanie, scarf, and then also mittens. So that would be super cute. If not, if I will start noticing that I'm running out, then I probably will just use all of it for just making a scarf, and then maybe for beanie I will just get more yarn. But I hope that this will be fun. I hope that you are also working on some wintry creations. Let me know in the chat. I'm curious. I know that last time we had some people who were also actually working on a beanie, so that was very fun to share some knowledge or inspiration, or like different methods how you can do that. So let me know if you're just crocheting along or just listening me ramble all sorts of things. But if you are new to crochet, because perhaps someone just joined who hasn't experienced much of crochet projects, then I can also just tell you a little bit how you can do something that is super easy, because making a scarf, I believe, is one of the most beginner friendly projects probably. So basically what I did is that I started to work to create just like basic chains. In my case, this was 20 chains in total, and then for each row I'm just doing half double crochet stitches. I can also show you that in a second when I'm just about to start a new row, and then every time I'm starting a new row I'm just chaining 2 and then proceeding with every single stitch that we have for that row. And here I have already finished 3 rows. It's just because I started in this morning. I wanted to just create a little picture for my Instagram stories just to announce that I'm doing a live stream. So this is how far I got, but then I thought, okay, I will just save this for the live stream so we can actually do it together. But here it is, 3 rows down, and also with this yarn I'm using 6mm crochet hook, so it already gives you like extra speed for adding length and adding new rows. So I also think that it's cute for wintry projects, just to have something that is more chunky and cozy looking. But otherwise you can literally do it with any type of yarn that you wish. So yeah, this is how far I am, and now I'm just starting a new row, and for that, as I said, I'm just chaining 2, then turning my work and starting to do half double crochet stitches. And to do a half double crochet today, unfortunately I don't have my other camera, but I think we won't need it for that much. But yeah, to do a half double crochet we are just yarning over, then going through this first stitch that we have here, grabbing yarn and pulling it up to have 3 loops on our hook, and then yarning over and going through all 3 loops like that. And then we have created our first half double crochet. I'm not sure if you can see it properly or not, but this is the main stitch. And yeah, then we are just continuing with the rest of the rows and working further on adding stitches. So I hope that it makes sense more or less, but I'm also thinking, because like when I started my channel, I tried to do a lot of beginner stuff, and one of the things that I realized is that I don't even have like a simple scarf tutorial. So I thought that it would be nice to actually film it, especially now that I'm also doing a live stream for this. So I will prepare something to go live sometime soon. But yeah, and I hope yeah, this timing is working for you for having live streams. I kind of like created a poll on my community page on YouTube, just asking which time makes the most sense for you, and Saturday evening was actually the most popular answer, and therefore I scheduled it today for Saturday, hoping that we will get some more people joining here. So I hope it works for you, but again, let me know if you prefer different option, because I'm also curious just to experiment it a couple of times and just schedule it in random timings. And I'm almost already done with row 4. But yeah, I'm also actually just aiming for this scarf to be done basically during the day. I believe that it should be building up super quickly. For example, for the raglan that I just showed you, it's mesh, so it was building up very fast, just because it's already like less stitches, but I made it in like 2 days also, so that was very fast. And I think it's mainly not because I'm rushing, but mainly because with thicker yarn and bigger crochet hook, it's always, I feel like, super fast with everything. But yeah, row 4 is already done, and yeah, it's kind of like, if you're not sure of what should be the width of your scarf, you can also just measure it somehow around your neck just to see how it will be falling when you're wearing it. But I feel like this will be really nice thick scarf for the winter, and I'm hoping that this is going to be a snowy winter actually. Yeah, so the white would work well with it. And this skein is kind of falling apart. I'm very close to actually finishing it, so there's a lot of mess. And I just got a knot here, which was randomly just tied. Okay, problem solved. And yeah, I'm sitting kind of like a little bit in a dark corner, but one of my latest finds, which I found just like in a regular grocery store, I can show you in a second because I'm using it a lot. Oh, hello, hello from New Mexico. So nice, so far away from me. This is actually I believe this is my 4th live. I have done it a couple of times. A fringe, actually, for this, for this scarf, I'm thinking of doing just like to loop in some yarn, so it kind of like hangs in there. I hope that's what you mean with the fringe, but I will attach something, but at the very end. I'm actually not sure if I have had any people from US before. That's so cool. But here I am. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows already. So I started only like 10 minutes ago basically, and I have already doubled the width. But this is what I started to talk about. I was recently in just in a local grocery store, and I believe here in Denmark grocery stores are just, they are very small, and therefore their inventory is also changing every couple of days or weeks mainly, but sometimes you get random stuff like this. And I found this neck lamp. It was discounted. It was maybe like €3, $3, $4, I don't know, super cheap anyways. And I find it's so useful. It needs some batteries which you put in here, and then you have different light levels that you can adjust. And now that I'm actually sitting kind of like a little bit in a corner where I don't have like a light behind me, I feel like this is a perfect solution. And I've been using it like ever since I bought it. I've been using it during evenings when I feel like it's a little bit too dark and I cannot see properly, especially now that I'm working on this project and the yarn itself is very dark, so it's very handy with such a lamp. So if you see it around, and if you're not sure, because perhaps you haven't heard feedback from other people, I feel like it's very useful. And I also think that there might be like different sort of brands around where perhaps the light is, or the bulbs inside here might be better quality even, or like more possibilities to adjust it, because this one, like, you can move it in all sorts of different ways. And sometimes I feel like it would be nice if it was a little bit longer so I can point it directly on this stitch, but otherwise it still has quite a lot of flexibility, and for the price that I paid, I believe it's great. And I also bought an extra one, which I'm thinking to give one of my grandmas as a Christmas present. So I hope she will enjoy, because she's doing a lot of embroidery and stuff like that. Not so much crochet or knitting that I do, but yeah, she's also very into like doing things with her hands and just making stuff on her own. But yeah, very good investment if you're considering, then this is definitely one for you. Or if you don't know what to ask for Christmas, then this is a good option. Like if you're interested in some, I don't know, crafty stuff. Or if you don't know what to do give a crafter, then this is a good option. And I will be soon done with this row again. So yeah, this scarf project is basically like a no-brainer because you just do the stitches, finish the row, and then start a new row. And here I am, another row down. But it's good to see people here. Yeah, I think every stream that I have done so far, and even though I haven't done that many of them, I'm still stressing that no one will be here. So I'm super happy to to see some numbers here and to see that people are actually joining. Because that's like one of my biggest fears, that I will just come here and then no one's here. So please don't leave. But yeah, I like how quickly this project can work up. And another down. Here we are. I feel like with half double crochets, it's building up quite nicely. I didn't want to use single crochet stitch because I felt like then it would be growing too slow, and I didn't want to use double crochet because then I thought that it will be too fast and you would see the difference between each row more pronounced, where in with half double crochet I feel like we are kind of like in a perfect sweet spot, because yeah, it's not too big, it's not too small, and in between the rows, like you can tell where the row ends and starts, but it looks kind of nice. Just before I started this stream, I was feeling kind of cold, and I was just lying on my sofa under the blanket. But now that I have this sweater on and I have some light coming from the ring light that I have here, I start feeling quite warm. And also probably now that I'm doing some crochet as well and my hands are moving a lot, I feel like I'm getting very warm. But otherwise the days here are kind of cold. And yeah, today we went out for some lunch, and I also felt like I froze a lot because we had pizza and then it was a little bit cold, and then we went for a acai bowl and it's almost frozen, so I did feel a little cold. Oh, good question. Yeah, crochet, when I started it a couple of years ago, I already knew some basics basically, just from like primary school or secondary school, because they did teach us that in school, also some knitting, but I always enjoyed crochet a lot more than knitting. I was just talking about this during previous stream as well, that knitting, I couldn't stand it, and I still haven't managed to pick up courage to start it again. But yeah, I always liked crochet a lot more. And then it was just a couple of years ago, basically during or like kind of like just after COVID, where I randomly decided that I want to crochet a bikini top, and then I tried it out and I found some tutorials, I found some yeah, some patterns that I could use, and then like slowly, step by step, I picked it up and just started to also like research more different stitches, started to look for different projects, just to kind of like expand on like everything that I'm working on. So it was more or less like self-taught, and mostly from like video materials, because I feel like that's quite accessible as well. And then, like, before I knew it, I was already trying to experiment with all sorts of different things on my own and creating stuff on my own as well. And I think because I was so into learning from videos and like figuring out what kind of tutorials or teaching methods are better for me, that was kind of something that also interested me in doing my own tutorials on YouTube on my channel. And I felt like I know the side from the like learning part, where I feel like I understand kind of, I hope that I understand. I get quite a lot of good feedback from people, like what is needed in a tutorial, and especially when you're a beginner, in what way it should be explained. So I hope it's helpful. But yeah, otherwise I feel like videos are very helpful, and for me it works like very well, just to learn by watching how someone else is doing it, because I'm very much a visual learner, and I need someone to show it before I can do it myself. And therefore also in my written patterns I try to include as much pictures as possible, like literally of every single step that we are doing, so it's yeah, so no one has to wonder what exactly was meant or how it's supposed to look, and just keep on guessing when, yeah, just trying to make sure that everything is like crystal clear with whatever I'm doing. But yeah, good question. Glad to hear that you're curious. And this is how far we are. We are only like 20 minutes in. So now I can cover like almost half of my neck with this, which is not enough. I want it to be super long. But yeah, I feel like this is a good timing, like for people in the US actually, and also for people in Central Europe or in Europe in general, because if you're not partying, then you might as well join here and crochet together. Or if you're in US, then you probably just woke up not too long ago and are just starting your Saturday now. But yeah, as I said in the beginning, I will try to experiment like with different timings, and perhaps it's not something that I have to schedule super long in advance. I believe not everyone is marking these streams in their calendars, or at least not yet. So perhaps I can just do it randomly and just schedule something in, or start something when I feel like doing it. Let's see how it goes. Like I'm quite like, this is not my first one, but I'm quite new to being live here. So yeah, it's only the 4th time, but I do wanna build it into a regular thing, because on weekends I'm crocheting anyway, so why wouldn't I just do it together with you? The only difference is now that I'm talking a lot more instead of watching TV. Hello, glad to see you here. And one thing that I want to try out is, yeah, also doing this or trying a stream out in the morning, because if I do it in the morning, then I can also cover people here in Europe and maybe someone in Australia. I know that I have some Instagram followers from Australia, so I would be curious to see if someone from there would join as well. Especially now, like I was talking about this a couple of streams ago, that we were planning a trip to Australia, and now we recently bought tickets, so it would be fun to fun to learn more if some Australians actually do join. Or if anyone who is listening now, if you've been there, then give me your best suggestions of places to see. We have some friends who are living there, so that's the main reason why we are going there, and they know places to take us to. But if you have any suggestions, then yeah, always open. And almost done with this as well, like that. How many are we in now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rows. This is super fast. This yarn, it's totally messed up. But it soon will be over, and then we will start with a new one. But I do hope that just by doing another skein of this, that this will be enough for the scarf. So we have some more yarn just for the mittens, because I really want to have a matching mittens with the scarf especially. And this yarn, I think I talked about it last time as well. It's like very fluffy, and you might see it in camera, like it has all these like fluffy bits around it, which is super cute, but at the same time it makes it so much more difficult to actually work with it, because sometimes the yarn itself gets tangled up, and then you cannot figure out where to put your hook, because you cannot really tell one piece apart from the other, and it kind of like tangles up with each other already, so sometimes it's very messy, but otherwise I do like it a lot. And I also like working with half double crochet stitches, because they are just so nice. And you get a lot of volume, and you don't have to do as many yarn overs as it is with double crochet. I mean, it's just one less, but it's so simple. And at the moment, yeah, I'm working on this scarf, and then I have this raglan sweater that I also showed, the blue one. And then actually already for some time I haven't finished another raglan, kind of like a cardigan. I made it so that the opening is here on the side, and the reason why I haven't finished it, like it's basically done. The only thing that is missing is to add some borders around around the sleeves and at the bottom, and also like the inner part here where it's open. But the reason why I haven't finished it, because at first I thought that it would be nice to add in a zipper, but then I realized that I don't really want to do a zipper, because I might not sew it in like properly. So then I was thinking that maybe I will do buttons, but then I thought that I don't have also like proper buttonholes, and then I thought maybe I can do like little hooks. But ever since I figured out that I want to do hooks, I haven't really found like the ones that I want, because I want to do like fancy ones with like a proper buckle and that it looks a little bit cuter, but I cannot find them in like regular stores here. And to be honest, I haven't been to that many like yarn stores and like places where they could sell some hooks or buttons, but I do want to find like a perfect one, and I haven't done it yet. But at least it would be nice actually to finish the borders and everything, and then I think I will have like a better idea of what exactly I want. And now I'm kind of like leaning towards just to have like regular smaller hooks, kind of like the ones that you have behind the bra, because those are very easy to sew in and to add in, and they are not as visible, and it's also very easy to just remove them just in case if I don't like them. So I might just do that, and yeah, but first I just need to finish that border thingy, and I've been postponing that project for quite some time already. But besides that, I think I also mentioned that I kind of want to finish all of my yarn stash that I have, because I have a lot of yarn, and some of them like has been sitting around for quite some time already, and I just feel like I need to get rid of it just to have space for a new one. But at the moment, like that's my goal, just to finish most of it and to do some sweaters, to do some new projects. Some of them perhaps I can just work into some Christmas gifts or similar. And yeah, so the next project that I have on my list is to do another raglan, but in this case perhaps just to do kind of like a cardigan version of it, where the opening would be in the middle. But I still have to find some time to be able to do it, but hopefully soon. But yeah, this winter I'm very into like wintery creations, and mainly just because like the yarn that I have is kind of like the thick yarn, and that's why I want to use it up. I also have like a super thick yarn, which actually requires like a 15mm hook, which is huge, basically like 3 times bigger than this that I'm using. And with that I have, yeah, the yarn is super thick, and I have like 10 skeins, and with that I'm planning to do a blanket at some point. I was also thinking that perhaps that could be something that we could do online here live together, but maybe that will be just like a fun vlog type of video, because even though the hook is so big and the yarn is also so thick, and the project should work up super quickly, but it kind of like in the instructions and in the pattern it says that it is taking up to 30 or 40 hours, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, therefore I'm not sure, like maybe it just looks that it could be done super fast, but might actually take longer, so I might do just like a vlog type of thing with it. And here we are kind of like running towards the end of this skein, and I'm not sure if you can get the feeling, but the yarn, it has just like stuck together with itself and especially when there is only this much left, and when it's just laying on my sofa or even here on my table, it just, you cannot take it properly, like it kind of like, you can see that it pulls or it sticks together with itself, so it's very hard to grab at it. That's like the downside of this yarn, I think. But once you like create things from it, it's a lot better. But yeah, I wasn't prepared for this sticky sticky feeling that I have. And I think actually today we will be able to at least create something that will definitely be able to wrap around my neck. So I'm also curious how far we will be able to go together, because like every stream that I have done now is that we are starting to work on something together, and then during the following stream I actually show you the final thing that we created. So I'm also curious to see how it will go. And is there anyone else who is also now crocheting something or working on some crochet project? I know, like, if you are, then maybe it's not that easy to actually follow a chat or to write up things that you're working on, especially like if your hands are busy with your crochet project, then it's not that much time that you have for typing and so on. Let me adjust these. And I think actually having these streams, this is like a good way to hydrate, because I'm talking a lot and then I get quite thirsty also, which is good. And just something I noticed, because it was the same during last time. I was super thirsty also afterwards. That's why I have some water with me, because yeah. I will finish this row and then I will show you the progress that we have. So one more stitch and then this row is done. Like this. This is how far we are. Let me quickly count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So let's remove this lamp. And now if I check, I mean, if I put it in the back, then you cannot see anything. But now it's kind of like exactly half, I would say. No worries. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what's the best time to schedule them in, because I'm thinking maybe I could just also like find a time that works for me and works for you. That's why I was asking in a poll, like what are the best timings. Yeah, maybe I could just schedule like multiple ones in advance, like just for like the following week. But yeah, no worries at all. And Christmas cookies sounds nice. Or yeah, Christmas cookies. We are just like, I actually saw some memes on somewhere that now like it's day after Halloween and everyone is already in Christmas mode, so that's nice. Yeah, actually also today I bought, like, I'm very into eating dates, and especially the ones, I'm not sure how it is where you are based, all of you, but here we are having a lot of dates with like different flavors, and my favorite one is like peanut butter, and then there's also cookie dough, and then recently I found this brand that does like date covered in kind of like a dough that is like either cinnamon bun flavor and like a coconut with some chocolate and so on. So it's actually kind of like a candy, but instead you're having a date with some flavor, which I believe is a little bit healthier. And yeah, today I actually found the gingerbread flavor, which I already tried out. So I even had like a little giggle about myself one day after Halloween. And yeah, already in the Christmas rush almost. But like actually this year I saw all the Christmas things already like in the beginning of October, like some bigger stores hanging out Christmas lights and all those sorts of things, and like selling Christmas stuff. So yeah, I think every year it's just starting a little bit earlier and earlier. I wouldn't be surprised if like next year it's August and we are already seeing Christmas stuff. And this yarn, oh my god. Yeah, I have to, like, towards the end now, I just have to prepare whatever I have, but I still feel like grabbing it from the middle is a lot less annoying than if I would start working on the skein from the outer part, because then it just keeps on like bouncing up on everywhere and falling down. Like, that's what I remember, it used to fall down a lot. Oh, what are all those hearts? Is it just me who see them? But yeah, now I prepared a lot of it. So we have a lot of yarn. But now seeing this progress, like this line that we have with just like a little bit of leftover yarn that I had, I think we will actually be able to just use one extra skein for having this whole scarf ready. And at some point I was also thinking to maybe do a scarf from like using granny squares, but then I thought like scarf is not it's not a crazy project, but if you start measuring it in the size of granny squares, of course it depends on the yarn that you're using, on the granny square style that you are picking up, but I feel like granny squares are adding like extra effort. Like, yeah, I always mention this cardigan that I worked on and it took me so much time, and then if I imagine for like a long scarf you need, I don't know, at least like, yeah, it depends on the size, but like minimum you would need at least 20 granny squares, 30, 40, depends on like how long your scarf is. So it is a lot of work, and then I think I'm just opting in for doing it with like regular rows. But yeah, with this yarn, it's just super fast. And I actually did, maybe I can also bring it up here so I can show you, kind of like just for inspiration. I think I will finish some bit that I have here. I actually, last year, I made like a balaclava scarf, also by using granny squares. So that was a fun project. I will show you in a bit. Just let me finish this project, this row, I mean. But yeah, that was fun project, because you kind of get a scarf, you get a balaclava, you kind of have a hoodie that can cover you up, and it did take me quite a lot of time. Like, even though it felt like, oh, this is such a simple thing that I'm planning to do, like with all the granny squares and then connecting them together, it did require some time for me to finish it, but that was cool. And I mean, because I was using a 5mm hook and a little bit chunkier yarn, it also helped me. Okay, here it is. I think we are now, was it 20 rows or however many? I don't know, but let me just jump for that project. I will show you just in a second. Like, I can see it from the distance, so it's not far at all. Okay, I'm back. I told you it wasn't far. So here I just grabbed it. Yeah, it's good that it popped in my mind. And this is how it looks. So yeah, as I said, it's basically just a bunch of granny squares that I first connected into a scarf you can see, yeah, you can also see that I still have loose ends hanging. That's like my worst nightmare to weave them in. But here you can see that we have this scarf part. These are like, it's folded in two, so this was also a very long one. And then here in the very middle of it, I have added like a part for balaclava, and I do have a tutorial for this as well on my channel. I'm sure that you will be able to find it. I published it last time around November, December, something like that, so if you want you can have a look. But yeah, here in the middle I have just added like extra granny squares for balaclava, so it is a fun one. And yeah, you can also, like, instead of using snowflakes, you can use whatever granny square you wish, even like a basic one, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, at the end you get something cute like this, and you can just wrap it around. And you can see, because I used so many of these granny squares, it actually builds up very nice, and here like this part is super thick. So I'm also hoping that with this scarf that I will be able to work at least for having a length like that. And actually, like, now that I'm wearing it and that I realize that I have this project, maybe let me just compare it. So the width is almost the same. My white scarf will be a little bit thicker, or more more wider, yes, that's the word. But yeah, almost the same. I didn't even like have a look, I just randomly picked the number 20 and I thought that it will be fine. But I like this project a lot, and it's so nice and cozy. Actually, that's why I'm hoping that there will be a proper winter this year to be able to wear things like this, so hopefully. But I hope that this is also a good inspiration for anyone who is like looking into all sorts of like winter themed inspirations to be working on. So I hope it works, and yeah, let me just keep it somewhere here. Okay, let's get back to this. Where's the end? But maybe maybe if I'm not making mittens, maybe I can also do just a balaclava. I don't know. No, I'm like, yeah, considering to what else I can make with this yarn, because initially I just bought 5 skeins of it, because yeah, it was discounted. It's very good price. It's like maybe $2, €1.50, not more. So it's very cheap, I would say. And yeah, I bought 5 skeins, and I thought that okay, 5 skeins should be enough for like some sort of cozy sweater that I wanted to work on. And then at the end I picked the raglan and I made it mesh, and with that I only used 2 skeins, so I was left with 3, and therefore trying to figure out how to use it all up, because I also don't want to just have, yeah, all of them not being used at all. And I think that's like, I cannot figure out what is worse, like having like a lot of leftover yarn, or not having enough yarn for like a random project that you work on. So I don't know, I think both are just equally worse. But sometimes it's also very annoying when you just run out of yarn and then you have to order just one skein, or yeah, not even full skein. I mean, if it's just a half a skein that you need to use, then it's understandable, but just ordering one skein, it feels like it's such a waste. And then at least I end up ordering a lot more with all sorts of things. It's getting tangled everywhere. And another thing, which is a huge problem for me, is that since I have quite long hair, my hair are like everywhere around the apartment, everywhere, literally everywhere, wherever you look, there's hair. Like no matter how often I vacuum clean or whatever, they are just everywhere. And because I'm crocheting, I sometimes get some hair in my yarn as well, and it's so annoying to see them. And I always, of course, pull it out, but it's just annoying. I just said it because I noticed like a hair in my yarn. I'm trying to figure out also, like with these lights, what is like the best position to hold my hands. I think this is fine, but I also kind of want to see, for you to be able to see my hands. I really wanted to set up that other camera, but then I realized that it's out of battery, and I thought, okay, maybe if we are using or doing something a bit more basic, then we can just live without it. So I hope this is fine. Let me finish this row and then let's check back on the progress. Like I'm now like really excited to be able to wrap it around. Okay, this is where we are. And it also stretches a lot, so that's something to keep in mind. And it's almost there. But I mean, for a scarf, it's not something that we will be wearing as stretched out. I'm just worried that I'm going to tangle it up even more. But I'm very, very close to finish it actually. And then we will start with new. Okay, that part I can deal with later. Let's just crochet this up. And another row down. And I also recently did a blocking or steam blocking video, so I think for this scarf I will do the same, and this time instead of like trying to stretch it, I will just make sure that it looks like when I block it, that to make sure that it looks equally from like all sides. Because now that I did it once with the steamer for the raglan sweater, I feel like that was such a eye-opener with like how easily you can actually make your project look, like improve the way that they look and fit as well, because I was quickly able to make it and to shape it in a way that it is actually supposed to be, so I was quite happy about it as well. And it was super fast, like compared to wet blocking, I didn't have to wait multiple days for something to dry or stuff like that, so that was nice. It was just like 30 minutes and it was done and it was perfect. And another row is done. I can already feel that when the length will grow, like turning every row will become so much more work. And I feel like it will just keep on, like the scarf itself will keep on twisting and rotating. Because that's what I'm also experiencing with the sweaters that I'm working on. Like the moment I'm starting to work on the sleeve, and also like the moment the sleeve is like somewhere around halfway done, you can feel a lot more that you have to like turn your work, and then like this project is just growing in size. So yeah, just a funny thought of like how things need to be turned around and so on. And we are now just 1 hour in, precisely 1 hour of the stream, and this is how far we managed to go. But I want to work a little bit longer on this, just so we are able to... Hello. So nice to see people still joining. Yeah, I want to work a little bit more on this, just so we see it building into length a little bit more. I'm just checking outside the window because I wanted to go for a walk a little bit later. I can see that it's a little wet outside, but it doesn't seem like it's raining, thankfully. I do enjoy going a lot for walks, or I just feel like I need some movement. That's what I enjoy to do as well. That's why I also sometimes feel like I don't have enough hours in the day for all the activities that I want to do. So I'm crocheting a scarf. Yeah, maybe if there are multiple people who just joined, I'm basically trying to do like series of different things just to reuse all the yarn, or not reuse, just to use up all the yarn that I have. And I recently bought like 5 skeins of this, and with that I managed to crochet this raglan sweater, which took me around 2 skeins to finish. And then during previous stream I did this crochet beanie, which is now also done, and it looks super cute. And for that I actually used a crochet stitch that looks a lot like knitted, and now I also have a tutorial for this if you want to check it out. And now, since I still have 2 skeins left from like initial 5 that I bought, I'm just trying to figure out like smaller projects that I can tie into these themes of like live streams that I'm doing. So this time I'm just doing a crochet scarf, which is super simple and super basic. So I'm also thinking that perhaps I need to freshen up my tutorials on YouTube and to have something that is like more beginner friendly, because like this is literally like the most beginner friendly thing you can make. But yeah, so this time I'm doing this scarf, and then probably during the next time or the next stream we will probably be, hopefully I will still have 1 skein left, and for that I will try to crochet mittens, because I think that would be a very nice set to have, like all of them made from the same yarn, and to have something like wintery that can match together. But we'll see about it. I do hope, because I'm estimating that for the mittens I will need 1 skein, maybe just a little bit less than 1. But for the scarf I'm unsure if it will be enough, because here I just basically have only leftovers, just a little bit left, and then I have this one. But I do want this scarf, like you can see that it's quite wide, so I also want the width to match with the length, and I want to go for something that is more on the longer side, so you can wrap it around like multiple times, and also to add some like loose threads here at the like the bottom, and then also at the end. So I hope it will be a pretty one, even though it's like a basic project. But I also hope that it will be, because I'm in the meantime I'm also trying to film that tutorial, and I hope that it will be useful basically. But yeah, this year I'm really into beginner stuff, and beginner stuff, that's like always what I'm into. But this winter in particular I'm making a lot of raglan sweaters. I recently just got addicted with that, and I think now in total, like I made a raglan shrug during summer, then after that I made like a raglan filet crochet top, then after that I did the wintery sweater, which was also a raglan, then I started to work on a cardigan which I haven't finished, which was also a raglan, then I did this one, so that's 5, and now I'm working on another raglan project here, so we have 5 raglan things already. But I don't know, I think it's just so satisfying to work on raglan stuff, because you don't have to worry about connecting panels at the end, and everything is already done, and once you're done, and you don't have to connect anything, sew anything together. It's all already ready, and basically as you're working on them you can also easily just measure the fitting and measure the size, and just try it on as you go to see like if you're actually creating something that will fit you. But yeah, that's what I'm into this winter. But yeah, the main reason why I started with all these projects is just to basically use up the yarn that I have. I still, like, my dream would actually be to have like a wall where I can put on all my yarn that I have and do some color coding scheme or like yarn, I don't know, decoration, whatever, but I don't have it. So, and I'm also trying to like not try I'm like running out of space where I'm actually able to store all my projects and all my yarn. So yeah, I think at this point it's just nice to use it all up. And I'm also thinking that probably this year I will give some handmade things as Christmas presents as well. Okay, now we are very, very close to actually finish this piece. This is what I have left with, and then we will be attaching new skein. But it is looking very positive. I'm pretty sure that we will be able to just use one of the two that I have, and with that it should be fine. I have a good feeling. Let's hope it lasts. And actually already on my channel, probably many people don't know, because that video, it didn't get a lot of views, but basically already I created like a scarf, but something that you can also use as a ear warmer, and it was like 2 in both. And now I think also with this this part that I have made so far, we are also kind of like achieving that size. So I was just wondering, like, if someone else is curious to be working on creating a scarf for a winter but doesn't have enough yarn, then that's an option as well. I will quickly finish this and then I will show you what exactly I meant. Because that works well, like if you're not into something to have like this long hanging scarf that I'm creating now, then perhaps that's an option for you. Just final pieces. And I was talking about like raglan sweaters and attaching panels together. This is actually one of the sweaters which took me a lot of time to finish it, because it uses all sorts of different stitches, and one of them, like every 2 rows I had to use, or I was using single crochet stitches, and that's like a very small stitch. But yeah, it just popped in my mind that actually to make all the panels for this sweater that I'm wearing now, it took a lot of time, and then to also connect them together, that again took a lot of time. And one thing that I still haven't done is I haven't weaved in all the loose ends. Like if you look inside my sleeve, you can still see them hanging there. And we are just about to run out, so I will be able to show you what I meant with what I was saying before. For this sweater, you mean? So it has 5 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 colors. And in total, I think last time I was weighting it, I just did it on my scale because it was very hard to follow along how many skeins exactly I used. And also I used, here you can see it's slightly different pattern. So I used 4-ply cotton, and then I also had this mohair blend. So the sweater itself, it weighs like 350 grams, maybe 400 grams. And then I was just estimating that from each color I needed, from each cotton color, I needed around 60 grams of 4-ply cotton. So that multiplied by 5. So it's like 300 grams actually. And then for the mohair blend, it was around 20 grams each, maybe, or maybe 10, I'm not sure. But it is kind of like big. I also made it a little bit oversized for myself. So it wasn't like it was crazy amount of yarn. It was just that it was different colors, and then therefore, like, since it was just a little bit over 1 skein, you again need to have a little bit more. but it wasn't that much, but still. But I do have a tutorial on my channel as well, so you can look it up. Like if you're interested in general, just to make it. And here I'm done with this row, and this is what we are left with. So I think I will just finish here. Here I have some weird knot which I couldn't untie, but I think we will finish here and like with this yarn, and then I will just attach a new one. But let me check the fitting, because now I feel like it should actually fit around my neck properly. Yeah, it does. I do have to stretch it a little bit, but what I was saying, so if you didn't want to create a super long scarf, or if you don't have a lot of yarn left and you just have some leftovers, you could basically just create a panel like this and then connect this start and finish together, and then you kind of have just a scarf like this, which is very easy to wear, and also it doesn't take a lot of space. For example, if you have like skinny packed winter jacket, and then like if it's possible you can also wear it, I mean it doesn't, I'm not stretching it as much, but you could also just wear it as a ear warmer if it allows. So that's just an idea if you're interested or don't want to create a long scarf, then that's still an option. But now let's get started on a new skein. And yeah, so I normally like to start my yarn here from the middle part, because then I feel like it's not bouncing around and jumping in all sorts of places when I'm working on it. So like the yarn that I normally use, they have like an easy start string that you can pull, but sometimes if you don't have it, then you just have to dig in there in the middle part and just pull whatever yarn you can pull, and eventually you will just find the end and you will be able to use it like that. Trust me, it's like the easiest thing you can do, especially also if you don't have that thingy, like the spinning reel where you can put your yarn on, then I think that's a great tip, because then your yarn mostly just stays in one place and you can use it, and then it always feels like you have a lot of yarn until you notice that your yarn skein is becoming super flat. I'm not Russian, but I do I do know a little bit of Russian because I did study it at school, and I'm able to read it. I can understand that you're asking me if I'm speaking Russian, but I don't speak it very well. I can read it, I can understand like very basic stuff, but no, I cannot read it. I cannot speak it properly. My vocabulary is very limited. Here I attached my new yarn, and now we are proceeding further. But sometimes when I get comments on YouTube about in Russian, then I understand them, and I'm just able to reply thank you, спасибо. Okay, now I see. Yeah, sometimes I feel like with I'm pronouncing some words very strongly, and that's why I feel like it could sound Russian or a little bit Slavic, or I don't know. And thank you so much. I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying my videos. Oh, It's okay. I will be filming a tutorial for it. So if you are, I mean, the tutorial will mostly be just for like very beginners. If you don't know the basic stitches, but yeah, don't worry. Yeah, it's important to study as well. But yeah, otherwise there will be some tutorial because I will make it especially for this one that I'm working on, and I will also explain like later how I will be adding the bits here like at the bottom. Yes, of course. No problem. Okay, that's good. Yeah, then if you're not a beginner, then it's not a problem as well. But yeah, next time, as I said, I'm not sure when you join, but I will be doing like multiple videos, like trying to reuse all this yarn that I have. So there will be multiple projects coming up where we are able to create some wintery things. And also probably during the next stream, I will be already done. And I will be able to show you how my crochet turned out. Oh, but that's great. Like if you've been crocheting 2 years and you are 11, that's crazy. Well done. I feel like all sorts of crafts, like especially now, are so popular actually, like among like different generations. So it's also nice to see. Ah, okay. Now I understand. Yeah, that's what I was talking about before as well, that I will probably start scheduling because I want to do more streams in the future. And yeah, as I said, well, I have a lot of yarn. As I said, since I'm crocheting anyways, then maybe I can just do it together with you. Yeah, I should be adding some music, I know. I think I couldn't figure it out this time. But yeah, I will add some music as well. But what I was saying was that I wanted to, yeah, schedule just multiple streams in advance already, like once or twice a week, and then everyone can kind of like see already before when to join. And yeah, that's why I was also asking when is the best time for everyone. And the most popular answer was Saturday evenings. That's why I'm also testing it out. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that actually that people are enjoying this. But yeah, good to point out about the music as well. I think we added it for the first stream that I did, but then I totally forgot about it because I also wasn't sure about copyrights. If I have music, if people can actually hear it on the other end. I know that that's something that was happening with some of the gym classes that I was doing at some point online, like exercising together. And then this trainer, she had music which had copyright, so we weren't able to hear anything at all. That's why I wasn't sure if I'm actually able to do it. And then maybe I would have music and then no one hears it even. Streaming together, I don't think so. I think YouTube only lets you have your own stream, because to have something together with other people, um, that would probably basically be a webinar or like a Zoom call. So I would say no, but maybe I will also look together, because sometimes for me it's like I'm just rambling here alone, and then it's kind of like if people don't ask me questions, like sometimes I feel like I'm starting to run out of things that I want to say. But it would definitely be nice to just chat with you people as well. But I will look into that, because it would help a lot. Yeah, okay, then if someone else is doing it, then definitely that should be possible. I can see that I have like some options here, because I'm using a different, like kind of like a streaming browser, and it says start virtual camera. I'm not sure what it means, but I will look into that. Maybe I can do it later. I also recently like made on YouTube this like membership feature, so I was thinking also of perhaps having it for like members on YouTube and so on, but I will have a look. That would definitely be a lot of fun. And by the way, where did you see that the stream is happening? Was it here on YouTube that you saw like a notification, or was it on Instagram or somewhere else? Because sometimes I also feel like I'm a little bit confused where I should be advertising that what I'm doing. But yeah, let me know. But yeah, if you need to do your homework, that's okay. We'll see you next time. Okay, got it. I think YouTube is better for announcing it just here. Okay, awesome. I need to pull out some yarn because I'm running out. And at first, like sometimes it might be a little bit thick. Okay, then you have to study fast. Good question about the wedding dress. I didn't end up wearing it at the end, because I was a little bit like, I couldn't decide what I want to wear, and I really wanted to at least attempt like creating a crochet wedding dress for myself, and I'm glad that I did. But then I was like, kind of like, it looked that it could be a wedding dress, but at the same time I wanted to have like a proper wedding dress. So I ended up going with like a store-bought option, which was more like flowy and so on, because I thought like the dress that I made, it was pretty and I liked it a lot, but I also felt like I could be able to wear it for bye. I could be able to wear it for different occasions as well, and I just wanted to have this one opportunity where I'm actually able to wear something else, because I really don't want to get married ever again, and if I didn't wear that wedding dress that I had at that point, then I felt like I would never be able to wear it like ever. That's why I didn't wear the dress that I made, because I still feel like I'm able to just wear it to like all sorts of different events, just for like a summer party or like things like that. I don't know, but yeah. But the wedding itself, it was really fun. I didn't expect that we will have so much fun, and the day was super nice, and yeah, it was like the best day ever, literally. I had the best time. I feel like everyone else was also enjoying themselves a lot, since we live yeah, also to a beach. That's a good option as well. But yeah, the wedding was really nice. A lot of fun. And yeah, we had a lot of guests that were coming from all sorts of different countries. So we were happy that the weather was nice and that they were able to see our home country. And we had the reception in a very beautiful area. And yeah, it was just perfect. And we didn't even go for like the fanciest and most expensive stuff and so on. It was kind of like a, yeah, garden party type of thing, but it was super nice. And it was also during summer, and because we are in like Northern Europe part, it was during the longest day of the year, so it was very fun. Yeah, пока-пока. Is the question about the wedding dress because you're planning to create one yourself, or you were just curious about the dress? So happy to see the hearts and laughs. Okay, I see. I think one of the problems, not like problems, but what could help me pick my own dress was that initially I wanted to go for different different materials, but at the time the ones that I wanted to use weren't in stock, so I ended up using something slightly different, and that was basically 4-ply cotton yarn, which I felt like was a little bit too thick. Yeah, exactly. Our wedding was on the 21st of June in Latvia. So that was, yeah, the longest day there as well. Hi. Merhaba. I hope I pronounce it correctly. I think I have added quite many rows already. Oh, Netherlands. Okay, cool. We've been there recently, actually. I think last year. No, maybe I think this year, actually, during spring. It was quite nice. In Amsterdam, we have some friends who live there. This is how much I have added since we attached yarn. So let me just finish this row and then I will try it on. So let's check. So the length is building, and what I want to do is I want to be able to wrap it around one more time and then to have like hanging parts on each side, at least like end of my belly or somewhere like that. So I think that would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like at least 5, 6 times of this. And I hope it will be possible. I'm not sure, but I will see how it goes. because I really do want to make those matching mittens. That will become super useful because it's already starting to get quite cold. And Netherlands, speaking of Netherlands, I actually recently had a colleague or a friend of mine who moved there. And oh, you're back. He moved there, and perhaps that's a sign that soon I will be visiting Netherlands again. Yes, I do have Instagram. You can find me by searching for this. And I forgot to put my light back. It really helps. If someone else is wondering about this neck lamp, then this is a very good one. Or not sure if the lamp itself is good, but it's very useful tool in general to have if you're doing crochet or knitting or whatever. I think that's I will check my phone later. Nice. Not sure what this means. Let me have a look. Oh, about the sweater. Yeah, I just translated it. I was curious what the comment is saying. Thank you so much that it said that it looks nice and pretty. Thanks so much. This is one of my favorite projects that I have created. And yeah, I just love it. Thank you. Yeah, now I'm reaching the stage wherever I'm starting a new row, there is a lot of like project turning, and I can only imagine like once it will grow, it will be like the scarf itself, it will be twisted. Okay, that's a good good way to do your homework. I'm happy. I hope it works. Else you still have Sunday to finish it, hopefully. Yeah. And I always just feel like time flies so quickly. Like I started at 6 and now uh, it's already almost 20 to 8. Crazy. Yeah, with such a hook, it might take a while to finish your project. But at least once you will finish it, it will be super nice. You will feel the hard work. But yeah, sometimes these things can take a while. Like, yeah, if I compare it now, I'm using 6mm hook, so it's even like twice as big. Yeah, that's the bright side, that you will finish it anyways. But with 6mm hook, now that I'm using also this super chunky yarn, it grows up so fast. Like, this is what we have made during this stream. And I feel like it's a lot. But yeah, good luck with the project. Don't let it let you down. You will finish it anyways. But what kind of flower it is? Is it like a granny square top with the flowers, or is it just like smaller flowers that are kind of like lacy and then connected together? No, I cannot live with cutting off yarn. Like, at least myself, I cannot. Uh, I feel like I have to untie it and untangle and so on. I feel so bad about cutting it. And also I don't want to create like, I don't want to create extra loose ends, which I then have to weave in. Well, you were speaking, writing in Russian, so my guess would be that you're Russian, no? Uh, that's cool. I have, hello, I have done a sweater with dragonflies, and then, yeah, I have done it with dragonflies, and I have seen some people like matching, mixing in different colors. Um, so that sounds cool. And actually, for that type of project where you are switching colors, then it feels like, then it's nice actually sometimes to not cut off yarn. Ah, okay, I see the flower lace top. Cool, that's cool. Um, but yeah, then with such a hook, although I think I was using 3.5mm hook for that project myself. Um, so, but yeah, with 2.5, it might take a little bit longer, but hang in there. It will be super pretty at the end, I promise. Um, we are still guessing the nationality. Is it Ukrainian? Because I'm not sure, like maybe you just Google translated that sentence. Yay, I guessed it. I have some colleagues at work who are from Ukraine as well. And I have a girl who is in my team as well. Whoa, 5, that's a lot. What else? Um, you know, English, Russian, Ukrainian. I only know 2 that I know very well, which is Latvian and English. and then I know like small bits of a couple more. Like I know a little bit of like very very little bit of Russian. In my free time, I'm studying a bit of Spanish because I always wanted to move to Spain, and then I now know a little bit of Danish, but I'm not able to speak it. I can understand like a couple of words, but that's basically it. Ah, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, sign language, that's super cool. I don't think I have ever met like a person who can actually who uses it or knows how to use it. That's very interesting and very very cool. And I feel like with this scarf now we are in like a good uh, spot where everything is growing super fast. Yeah, it makes sense. If your yarn is a little bit thinner, then it's better um, to go with something that like matches. But yeah, I'm sure that it will come out great. And also, I feel like with the following panels, it will probably also you will get used to it, and also for the sleeves, you will probably how to make them a little bit more narrow. Then it will help as well. But I'm sure that it will come together and it will look super nice. And yeah, just reading the comment about the sign language makes sense, but I feel like it's so useful, such a useful skill to have. That's really nice. And hello to Egypt. Woohoo. Let's check how far I am. Yeah, now it's growing nicely. I'm already like starting on the second wrap now. So happy. There should be a language, no? But, or isn't it Arabic? No, I'm not sure. Yeah, Arabic. Yeah, I don't know how it comes that it's not that many people. Yeah, I made this sweater myself. Thanks so much. I'm glad you like it. I also have a tutorial of it on my channel. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I'm guessing that might have people who are joining from different places, or who are based in different places and therefore they are not able to join. I also feel like probably people have their own activities, and that's why, or like different plans, and not everyone can join. But I do hope that like eventually, if I will do this more often, that there will be more people, because it's of course more engaging when there are others who are joining as well. I feel like Arabic language is quite tricky one to learn. I met a guy who's from Syria, so he also speaks Arabic, and he was trying to explain some things to us, and it was very difficult to like understand like how I would be able to learn it on my own now if I started. And speaking about the stream, I also feel like I was publishing that I will be going live on my Instagram, but I feel like that's also like completely different audience where people don't care that much what I'm exactly doing on YouTube. So I feel like it doesn't even make sense to advertise that much that I'm going live on YouTube. So I don't know, but I do hope that there will be later more people joining. And I also feel like my content, I'm not like an influencer or anything like that. My content is mostly like tutorial stuff for beginners or anyone who wants to pick up all sorts of different projects. But I mean, I try to make my videos always as beginner friendly as possible. So I feel like the subscribers that I get, they are there for mostly for the videos that I'm creating and not necessarily joining for streams. But hopefully later in the future I will have more. At least I do hope. Okay, another row is done. We are somewhere here. I can make a note. I haven't seen it, but if someone else has made it already, then it's fine. I'll check it out later after the stream, just making like a little note. Okay, I will have a look. I will probably like it. I do like creating kind of like accessories as well. I did make kind of like 2 pillows for my sofa, so that's nice. And what I want to find the sweater that I'm wearing. I'll just quickly paste in the tutorial just in case some people are wondering, because I did get a couple asking. Okay, here is the wave stitch sweater. Ah, I see. I just Google it. I think like it's supposed to look as a monster leaf, right? I do love monsters a lot. That looks super cute. If that's the one correct one that I'm looking. Okay, let's get back to this. I think I will add a couple more rows, and that should be fine. I also do want to go for that evening walk that I mentioned before. Okay, I see. But probably it's not, you're saying it's not difficult because it's not difficult for you because you already speak. But I don't know. He was just saying like that there are different ways how like each word or like what you add at the end or like even writing. And I mean, he was just explaining that it's not that like if you are planning to learn it just now, for example, if I just started to learn it now, then or at least we were discussing it, I don't remember anymore, but like to actually get the writing part right, uh it could take quite a lot of time. That was my understanding, but perhaps like learning all the sounds, and also like I'm not sure if I would be able to pronounce all the sounds correctly because I feel like there is a lot of like sounds that stay just here in the neck. I'm not sure if I'm able to do that. At least for me, it feels like it's super difficult. But that's also like the I think it's a super cool language because even though there are different dialects and different words in other countries, like you're still able to communicate with so many other countries. So much done already. Wow. And I think I will do 3 more rows. Let's do 3 more rows together. And then that should be fine for the day, I think. But definitely, I will continue with it later today. And then during the next stream, when I will be back, I will probably have it done. And I will do also some sort of like a mini tutorial. Well, sounds like some people don't want to do their homeworks, no? Okay, 2 more rows to go. But it would have, like, still, I was here 2 hours and it doesn't feel like it was 2 hours. Like, time flew by so fast. But I remember the first time when I did. I think next time will probably for sure next weekend. But now I was also thinking maybe tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Maybe I will just want to rest a little bit. But I will schedule in kind of like a couple of them, and then I will see. But definitely next weekend again. I'm trying to make this kind of like a weekend thing. But what I was saying was that I scheduled my first stream like super in advance, like first stream ever, and I think I did it maybe in March this year, and that was like the first one, and I scheduled it like super in advance, and then I got sick and then I didn't want to cancel the stream because I had already scheduled it for so long, and I knew that some people were very curious to join just for the first one, so I did it anyways, and I did have to take some medicine and so on, so I feel a little bit better, and I was just having some tea and so on. But then when I was feeling a little bit sick, then time wasn't flying as fast as I feel like it is now. I will see about tomorrow, because if I will do it tomorrow, then it will be just like totally random, but I'm not sure if I will have time tomorrow actually. And that's what I also haven't figured out, if it's easier if I just do it randomly, or if it doesn't matter at all and I just do it when I schedule it in advance, because I'm also not sure if people are like marking their calendars really and then waiting for it, or if it's easier if it's just like a casual thing whenever. But here I finished those 3 rows that I said. Let's check back in how it looks with this. I will see if I manage to do it tomorrow, but no matter what, like I'm glad that you're saying that, and if not tomorrow, then I will make sure to schedule something in. So this is how far we managed to get with this scarf today, basically during today's stream. This is how it looks so far. I want to do another wrap around just to make it more longer, and then probably here on the sides I want it to be able to stretch at least like end of my sweater, something like that. So I'm estimating it could be like 1, 2, 3, maybe 3-4 times of this, and I'm hoping that I will be able to just use this yarn, and then I will leave the remaining skein for the middens that I mentioned. But yeah, I think this is it for today. Thanks for joining so much. I'm glad to see that there were quite few people at the end. Hopefully next time we will be even more. I will try to schedule in a couple of streams so you know in advance when to join. I see the comment about Arabic language. Yeah, if you know it, then it feels like it's easy. And actually that guy from Syria, he's living in Germany and he learned German and he's super fluent in German, and it felt like it was easy for him. But yeah, what I was saying, thanks so much for joining. I had fun working on this project. I hope you had fun as well. I will be preparing like little tutorial of this, what I'm doing now, just to have it, and then you can have a look, as I will also add some kind of like border hanging yarn pieces, so that will be nice as well. And I will make sure to schedule in some streams, and then I will see when it's the best time for everyone to be able to also join. But thanks so much for being here. I hope to see you next time again, and yeah, let's just crochet together and have some fun. So stay tuned for the future streams, and yeah, as I said, it means a lot that you're being here, asking questions, engaging, and everything else. So thanks so much, and see you next time. Bye.